What are the 3 key factors for the fall housing market of 2023? Hi, I'm Jose Medina with Keller Williams, and today I'm here to talk to you about what I believe is the 3 keys for the fall housing market of 2023. So let's get started. So the first thing I think we really need to keep an eye on is this word affordability. So in the real estate market, we track affordability by what is my income and how much of my income is actually going towards housing payments, right? And so you can see in this graph, it goes up and down over time, right? And we can also see that the historical average over the last 50 years has been 27%. So 27% of whatever I make as a household is going towards principal and interest. And so what has happened is over the last 10 years, the reality is we've been living on incredibly cheap money, right? Interest rates at 3-4%. And so when you look at affordability, it was really low. In 2020, we were at 18% of our income was actually going towards our housing, right? And so over the last 12 months, we've seen a big shift with that. And right now we're sitting at 29%. So not an astronomical number like you've seen in other years at 40-50%, right? And we're getting over a point where it's higher than average. More of my money that I'm making on a monthly basis is going towards housing for 2 reasons. One, housing pricing being higher, and then interest rates, right? And so that's something we want to keep an eye on. If it gets too high, it could affect what home values are doing. So we want to keep an eye. Right now, we're sitting at 29%. The second thing is, when I look at the market, I see right now more equity than I've ever seen ever in real estate. And so when we look at this, we're seeing 39%, almost 4 out of every 10 sellers out there, homeowners out there, have no mortgage, 0 mortgage. And then we also look at, and there's another whole 31% that owe less than 50% of what their house is worth. They're sitting on a ton of equity. So when you look at that group, you're saying 70% of the homeowners out there, 70%, 7 out of 10 homeowners have more than 50% equity in their house, which is an astonishing number. We've never seen that before. And so what I think we are seeing is the people that are moving, they don't want to give up that interest rate, but they're sitting on a lot of equity, right? And so the people that have cash, that 39%, we are seeing them move because they're paying cash because they have equity in their house, and they're using their cash to go and buy their next house, right? So that's something to keep an eye on. The last thing is, as the fall market progresses, we're seeing 2 kind of things slow down and kind of happen. We're seeing less sales. We're seeing less sales than what we did last year. That's no surprise. If you looked at the housing market, anybody knows that, right? And so any given market, we're seeing anywhere from 15 to 25% down less in sales, which when you hear that number, you automatically think, or I automatically think, is prices are coming down. That's not the case. What we're seeing is less sales are happening, but also we're seeing less inventory coming on the market. And so supply and demand is balancing itself out, and we have not seen prices, over the most part, come down at all. We'll see what happens in the next 6 to 8 months, but going into the fall housing market of 2023, we're seeing prices stay steady. So if you have questions about your local market, your local school district, your price point, we'd be happy to sit down with you and talk to you about what's happening on a local level for you. Jose Medina, Keller Williams, be happy to sit down and chat with you. Thanks.